For 22 years of my life, I have skipped brushing my teeth, skipped going in the shower for a week, skipped making food, skipped the gym. I didn't revise for tests. I played video games. I wanked 5 times throughout the day. 2 years ago, a normal day for me was wake up, wank, play video games, scroll on social media, find something easy to eat for dinner, wank, more video games, order a takeaway, smoke some weed, wank, stay up until 1, 2 o'clock and repeat. I hated this way of living. I didn't enjoy my life for 1 second of the day. Everything I was doing was to escape reality, to escape my emotions, to escape the feeling of failure, to escape the feeling of loneliness. Do you know how low you have to be to stop brushing your teeth and stop having a shower, taking care of yourself? My personal hygiene was disgusting. It became a routine, so ingrained into me that it became a hard thing to do. The easiest, most simplest things become a hard thing to do. I couldn't even study for a test. I couldn't do work during school. I loved distracting other students. I loved other students distracting me. I hated doing any form of work during school. I didn't study for one exam throughout the whole of my... I probably studied for like 10, 20 minutes, maybe the whole of my life during school. I would always find easier things to do, like game or go out to play football or something with my friends. Up until a year ago, I never read a single book in my life. I couldn't finish a book. I couldn't even finish 50 pages. I couldn't sit there for 10, 20 minutes a day and just stay focused and try and finish the book. Up until a year ago, I hadn't finished one book in my life. When you compare my younger version of myself to where I am now, things I do daily, the body I've built, how I look at the world differently, my perspective of life in general is completely different. If you find yourself making the same New Year's resolutions every year, then there is a way you can change that. A way you can go from being stuck in the same place every year to going places you actually want to go. The first thing to do to be able to do the hard things is to improve your mental health. Men's mental health globally is on a downfall. We are gaming more than ever. We are doing drugs more than ever. We find easy things to do because that's all we know how to do. But that's one thing that's messing up your mental health. It's the one thing that's making it shit in the first place. Our brains cause us to think that things are hard. You think going to the gym is hard because you game excessive amounts. You think getting a girl is hard because you wank every night to porn. Your brain gives you this false perception of easy things being hard because of your mental health. By improving your mental health, your mind will start to develop a way of thinking so you can do the hard things. The things we call hard are not so hard, especially when we have harder things to do. If you have a physique competition coming up, a bodybuilding competition coming up, and you know you're going to be eating 1,800 calories, say, to cut down to that goal weight that you need to get to, and before it, you prepare to go into that competition, yeah? So you start eating 2,200, say, and your maintenance calories are usually 2,700. So before, you thought, like a general cut, in general, you do a 2,200, and you thought that was hard before, but because you've got this competition and you know you're going to have to eat 1,800 calories, that 2,200 isn't looking as hard as what it used to be, It creates a higher standard of what we call hard. And we know this to be true because if you know someone or have been in the situation where you've had shit mental health, you will find things like studying, showering, making food, hard things to do. Everyday things that we should be doing every day, they can be classed as hard things to do, and that is because of our mental health. And we haven't got any other challenges in life to be a higher standard of that to be, if you go for, say you've got an exam coming up and you've got to write 30,000 words, but the other month you had a 3,000 word essay you needed to write, then before that exam even came up and you knew about it, that 3,000 word essay seemed like the hard thing to do. That was a struggle to do. But now you've got 30,000 words to do. That 3,000 essay was like Oh, well, that's not much. I didn't have to do much work at all. It only took me a week. This 30,000 word is going to take you a month, more, maybe more, you know? You might want to click off this video right now because it's not stimulating enough for your brain. You are losing concentration. It's boring you. It's more challenging to watch this rather than a TikTok that lasts 15 seconds and is more enjoyable. It's got more dopamine in it. But that TikTok, 10, 20 minutes, not even 10, 20 minutes, 5 minutes later, you keep scrolling down, you'll forget about that TikTok. This is going to be more impactful in your life. This is harder to watch, but it's going to be more beneficial to you. Some of the things I mention in this video will come to you a week later. That TikTok you watched, you're not gonna remember that. That TikTok of that cute little dog, you're not gonna remember that. Why are you watching that? It's not doing anything for you, but it's easier to watch. But this video is a harder thing to watch because there's no exciting effects in this video. There's no exciting music. It's just me having a conversation with you. You find that boring, and that alone is an indication that your mental health might not be in the place that you want it to be. The first step to being able to do the hard things is improving your mental health. I will create a video on this, and if you are watching this video in future times, there will be a link right here. The next step in being able to do the hard things is what we like to call a dopamine detox. A dopamine detox is when we stop all the activities that include instant gratification. A burst of dopamine. They give us a burst of dopamine. Things like porn, video games, social media. And when I say that, you might get the thought of, I don't want to stop going on social media. I don't want to stop gaming. I like gaming. It's fun. But you find gaming or social media, scrolling on TikTok, all these little things that are giving you these bursts of dopamine, you find them fun because the rest of your life isn't fun. Your life isn't going in the direction you want it to go in, so you're wasting time. You're trying to get these hits of dopamine to make you feel better, but it's actually doing nothing for you. It's not benefiting you in any way. Think about the time you went on holiday. You were enjoying life. You were partying with friends, family, drinking, jet skiing, going in the ocean, scuba diving, anything. It's all exciting. You won't be thinking about them bad habits. You won't be thinking about scrolling on your phone, looking at other people's lives. You won't be wanting to game. You won't want to smoke weed or do drugs, go out on the weekend, because you're already doing that. Your life's exciting enough that you won't be thinking about that. If I come to you and ask you, would you rather me pay for your holiday? You can go jet skiing, jumping out of planes, scuba diving, all this exciting things. You can do that for a whole week, right? I offer you that, or I offer you can stay inside, you eat shit all week, you watch TikTok all week. Think how bad your mental health is going to be. Think how bad you are going to feel if you choose that second option. Being out in nature, getting that exciting life brings enjoyment, fulfillment. You make friends. It will make you feel good. I don't want to go out drinking or partying anymore. I find doing work on the weekends more enjoyable than partying. Think about that for a second. I find working more enjoyable than drinking. It's more fulfilling for me. It's more exciting. And I know you want to be able to do that too. That's why this video intrigued you. That's why you clicked on this video. That's why the title sparked something in you. You're like, oh, I want to know how to do the hard things. I struggle. I procrastinate a little bit. You want to be more productive. You want to make more money. You want to even stop doing the bad habits. In fact, you don't even like doing the bad habits. It's just a habit. That's all you and I know how to do. We wake up, we think about games, we go onto this game, and we've done it that much, it becomes a habit. That's all we know how to do. We spent that many hours improving our aim, our reaction time, our flicks. We don't even have to think about it. Well, how does it sound to do that in real life? How does it sound to be able to do that in real life? How does it sound to befriend strangers without even trying? To get the body you want without even trying? You just wake up and go to the gym because it's what you do. It becomes a habit for you. If you are interested in learning about developing new habits, and I have a video on this and I'll link it right here, right now. I got to a point where gaming, watching porn, smoking weed, all these bad habits didn't even excite me anymore. I would just do them just because that's all I knew how to do. They were a habit. They were ingrained into me. Think about developing a habit of improving yourself, improving your business, a habit of making money, attracting girls. I created a timetable. I put it on the front of my screen and above my computer so I could see it every single day. And I'll put it up on the screen right now for you to copy. And if you want to copy it, then, you know, our times and the things that I wanted to do throughout the day might change, might be different for you. But feel free to take some inspiration from it and use this as a way to help you. Once I copy this, I made it so I didn't put on it, scroll on social media for an hour. I took them bad habits out. I tried to make it so my day was as productive as possible, and I tried to ingrain that into my everyday life. And by doing this, by it being there right in front of me, I consciously thought, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. And over time, like, obviously I'm not going to be perfect, but with it just being there, it reminds you to do these things, and then it just becomes a habit because it becomes an everyday sort of thing. It made it easier to go into the gym. It made it easier to write notes for these videos. It made it easier to edit, read, record, walking. Everything became easier because it was just part of me. It became part of my personality. First, I found making one video hard. Now I make 2 videos, and that's a lot easier. Next, it will be 3 videos, 4 videos, and so on. Consistent action leads to progress, which leads to motivation. Seeing my mental health improve gave me the motivation to keep journaling. Seeing my speech improve by making these videos gave me the motivation to keep making them. Creating goals that are harder than what you are currently doing. The things you are currently doing won't seem as hard anymore. If you want to hear my whole dopamine detox story on how I changed my life through a dopamine detox, then I will link it in the video right now. Do what needs to be done, not what you feel like doing.